And we're live here at the Angry Bear Barbershop with Scotty Dubb and the mayor.
Right. What a great time for a haircut.
It's about time, right?
Hey, there wasn't an empty chair in here when I came in. I'm pretty pleased with Angry Bear right now.
It's pretty packed.
Fitting the mayor in while we're doing mayor's update. Right?
Well, it's a true pleasure to have you in, guys. Joe, I've wanted to get you in my chair for a while, and it looks like you're due for a cut.
Oh, clearly. I put it off for a whole week and a half since I knew we were doing this.
Yeah.
I was down in Toronto at ROMA, the Rural Ontario Municipal Association, and felt shaggy the whole time I was there. So we'll send pictures back now this week and say, see what the mayor can really look like. All right, so I'm glad you got to the subdued apron for Joe. This is great.
It's a nice salmon.
Yeah. Only the best for our mayor.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Yeah. Well, Grayden, we had a busy week since
indeed.
we were last together, and I know you were doing other things too. Like you did the pitch last night.
Elgin Business Resource Center's pitch. The big, it's like a Dragon's Den for Elgin County. It's fantastic with 5 phenomenal presentations, and the judges deliberated for about 45 minutes. They're supposed to wait for 15 before they pick the winner. So that says just a little bit about how strong these presenters were.
Well, that's great. And I saw the panel of judging. It was great. Would love to be at one here, but what a great panel of judges and great new or startup or moving forward businesses last night. And a choice of a number of businesses as to is it just new this year or has it been around a couple of years and now really growing? So happy to see this happening in our community and Elgin County also, how great it can look. What else? We went to Roma. We should probably talk about Roma.
Let's talk a little bit about that. I'll cycle through our sponsors. You tell the viewers a little bit about Roma and what it is and what you guys are doing there.
Okay. You check and see if there's any real important questions over there. And almost every mayor from a rural or small municipality was down in Toronto this week, meeting with the provincial government. We meet with each other, but ministers from the provincial government, the premier came and spoke, and we certainly had a chance to meet with a couple of ministers on our local issues and feel very good about what we've been able to talk about. As most of you know, we went to talk about regional transportation between here and London and establishing a regional bus between here and there. Met with the Minister of Transportation and feel real comfortable that we struck all the right points, and this will, I would think by summer, we'd be in the right spot for it. We also met with the Attorney General about some of the petty crime in our community and the court system releasing and not honoring bail conditions and that type of thing. And he understood exactly what we're talking about. The Premier had recently written a letter to the federal government. He's now asked us, can the municipalities get together and also write to tighten up some of those bail condition laws? And so I feel comfortable about both of those meetings. But Grayden, as you know, most of these conventions or meetings like this, it's what happens on the sideline as much as what happens in the actual meetings. And so a couple of great conversations with the Minister of Education and the government house leader and some of the other ministers. But we made our presence. Gary Clark, Councillor Gary Clark, was with me, and he did a lot of the heavy lifting while I was trying to meet some new mayors. But it was great. Yeah.
So what can St.Thomas expect to see out of these meetings?
Well, I would expect that because of the conversation we just had about regional transit, that will now work. And the minister, when I walked in the room, said, we know each other. He said, Joe, you're here again. I guess we didn't do it, did we? Guess we better get it done. So those types of words for you. So I think you'll see us moving forward on at least hourly transportation to London and back. And certainly that will involve a lot of employees at Amazon or at Maple Leaf Foods being able to maybe find a way to work without owning a car. So we hope that does work.
That's fantastic. And there's been a lot of chatter about the downtown reconstruction on Talbot Street over the past week. Now, Scotty, I think you had some questions. You've been hearing some things.
Yeah, so our shop's right on Talbot Street here, and we heard that there is they're going to be shutting down the roads right out in front of here. Joe, so what's going on with that? What's that about?
Well, we put off in 2022 because after 2 years of COVID, we thought 2022 wasn't the year to rip up Talbot Street. Right. But we went back and asked merchants again this year. I know we put it off for a year, but we've got some pretty aged underground
So that's what it's all about. They're replacing the water mains underground. Is that
Water,
correct?
sewer, and whatever else we find. This street will be dug up by about 30 feet.
Oh wow.
And we'll, who knows what we will find, but we've got some drawings of what it looks like underground. And so we've been going around looking to see how it looks.
So I was looking at some of those drawings, and there's actually infrastructure in there from the 1800s.
Right.
So
before the sewer collapse, we think we best do it. So we could have put another year on it, and we thought about it. We went and asked merchants, and they said, well, it's going to be a pretty big construction whether it's this year or next year. So let's go ahead and do it. Now, we'll start as early as the contractor can at Mary Street and Talbot in the more in the west end, and they will start working their way this way. At no one time will the whole street be completely closed over the 6-month construction period, but there will be certainly a lot of times where you can't drive anywhere on Talbot Street between Mary Street and Ross.
And I heard the city's also opening up one area where there were city cars that were parking, but they're actually going to make that a public parking spot for the merchants so that there's more parking available for people to park and then walk into the stores.
Look, I know that Grayden will have put up the website to visit the presentation from last night. If you want to go look, if you're a downtown business or a downtown residence, I mean, that's not going to be convenient for people who live above some of our downtown businesses either. A great website where you can comment, you can ask, wait a second, what does this mean? What does this mean? But from a business owner's point of view, your sidewalk will remain open through a lot of the construction. The front, that people may have to park at one end of your block and walk in, or we're sitting here at the Angry Bear, and many have a back door to a parking lot, which they can kind of reverse themselves for a couple of months and still keep their customers, and be happy to see you when you come walking in their back door. So there's some that can't, and we'll do our best to work with them on what can we do. We won't close your sidewalk if we don't have to, but heavy construction like this requires great communication from the contractor who's doing the work and the people who are affected by it. So we'll make sure that there's good weekly communication of what's happening now, what's happening next, when will we be here. What day will you look out your front door and look 30 feet down to see those old cast iron pipes from the 1800s? Right?
So just to confirm, customers will be able to have access through the sidewalks. We'll be able to all access
for
to all
most
the
of
buildings.
the construction.
And then also, I think that we'll have our back door available for some of those people that want to park, so they don't have to walk as far to enter that way.
Right, to go around the other way. Excellent. Yeah, hey, look, the sidewalks are part of the progress too, but they don't take near as long to do once the big street project's done. So there will be time. Everybody's sidewalk will be closed too. So we want to try and help as many as we can, alternate exits, halfways to get in, that type of thing. But you're not going to be able to rush over from here over across the road.
No.
It'll be a pretty deep ditch in the middle of the top.
But the city is also going to have signs. So when you look, as you're coming into the entrance from one end to the other side, they're going to have a sign up there, and it's going to say, okay, this is, maybe the construction's at Angry Bear right now. So if you come in from the east, you can go up to Angry Bear, and those are the places you can access.
Right.
If you come in from the west, you can go in until you get to Angry Bear. So there will be signs. So you won't walk halfway down like the block or whatever, and then be like, oh no, I can't get across because it's closed off. So they're taking care of that.
You can't drive down the street to see that. So we're going to have to sign it very well and be able to tell people what's going on. And we'll do a lot on Mayor's Update and kind of what's next week. So, right, and we can only expect, obviously, torrential thunderstorms or that type of thing will slow the project down. This type of the winter weather we had, we can have a spring and summer like that. We'll get the construction done quicker.
Yep. And what I heard as well is, like, you don't always with the type of infrastructure that's this old, you don't necessarily know exactly what is under there. So you have to have some leeway if you get into something that's just crazy. Because I heard that's what happened over in Elmer.
Agreed. And look, there has been a couple of gas stations over time in downtown ST.Thomas also. We don't know. We start digging it up. What might be there?
Yeah.
We also we have drawings. It tells us where the water pipes and sewer pipes come into each of the storefronts. But some of them have 2 or 3, and they shouldn't. So we've been actually sending some of the people out to get into the basements to say, where is it really? So we can see where it really connects. We think that makes the right difference.
Well, I heard about that as well. As some of the business owners had someone come by, and they were like, "Is this a legit thing?" And it is. The city is sending someone out to look at your water main, and they'll put some dye down there, and they'll see where it comes out.
Which one is the active water main versus one that was there in 1910?
Yeah,
and hasn't been working since. Right?
yeah. So it'll be nice to replace the brick sections of this.
Oh, yes.
There are some cracks in the roadways on Talbot, and there's a reason for that, and it's because it's not stable.
Well, not only that, but over the last 2 years, we have punched some holes to find out if what's under there is where it's supposed to be.
Right.
So that's also been done, and so a whole new road bed, sidewalk bed, benches, new flower beds, those types of things. A great thing to do in our community, but there's that once in a 40-year plan with a business owner that it's going to happen. I remember when we did the Far East, and I had the Wendy's down there, and I just said, "Look, staff, this is what it's going to mean. It'll happen once every 40 years. They're going to give us as much business as they can give us, but there we go."
I had another question come in from a viewer, and they were asking if we were able to maximize our local capacity in our existing health facilities before we add more IHFs, which are independent health facilities, because there are going to be some struggles over the HHR resources, which is the healthcare human resources. And so their concern is that they've heard that, for example, say you've got an MRI machine in London, they're running that machine for 8 hours, and they're only paying to run it for 8 hours. They're paying to staff it for 8 hours, but it could be running 16 hours a day. So they're
Or
wondering
24.
Or
There's
24.
no reason it can't run full time and we may have to pay some of the staff at night a little bit more. This is truly a provincial healthcare thing.
Yep.
But that's the reason we're talking about opening up. They are talking about opening up some of these facilities that aren't hospital based. All through COVID, things that were in the hospital, nobody could go use. Things that could have been done in hospitals, like knee replacements, hip replacements, they couldn't go use. So we can set up some outside of hospital facilities where you're only using your health card to get this work done. But I agree with you. We put something like an MRI or a CAT scan in one of those buildings. Run it all day long. If I need a CAT scan, trust me, I'm going at 3 in the morning.
I don't
if I have
care.
to go.
Yeah,
Right.
I will happily go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wait 6 months, just to run it in the daytime.
Right.
This is a necessary part of it.
A little bit of customer service says run it.
Yeah, and we were talking about this last week. It's the fact that we're going to need more capacity, more healthcare capacity in our community
Because we're growing.
and we have an aging population, which is going to need more care.
Yep.
So we need to advocate for that.
Fine for it, and as the mayor, I'll continue to do it. But look, we got a hospital that's second to none.
Yeah.
But if we could take any pressure off it and put that somewhere else and get better service, fantastic.
And a shout out to our healthcare providers, because we are the number one in terms of the shortest wait times
Emergency wait time.
for emergency rooms in Ontario.
Yeah.
So shout out to Stag and all their staff. That's
Wow.
incredible.
And I'll tell you what that also gets us. Emergency visits from London.
Yes. Okay. So, to be fair, I've told some of my friends from London to come to St.Thomas because they're waiting 16 hours. It's
Right.
Absolutely insane.
And, well, and if you live in South London, you're probably closer here than you are somewhere else.
Yeah.
So look, healthcare for all, but we should make them say out loud enough and say, Thomas, no, wait just a little bit.
And if I may, I cut a lot of people's hair throughout the day here all the time, and about the health wait time for St. Thomas General.
Yeah.
People are coming here all the time from London, and they say that our wait times are the shortest around. So I just wanted to agree with you guys on that one.
Clearly. But let's also be real. And I have this conversation with a lot of people who like to phone and complain, even to the mayor. Look, if you don't have a serious problem, you're going to wait a little while at ER.
Yeah.
It's their triage. This isn't first come, first served. It's most dangerous injury, most severe injury. So I get it. That maybe you waited 8 hours for your splinter removal. But that would have been 22 hours over in London. So feel good about it. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of events that are coming up pretty fast as well now.
Oh, do we ever? And soon it will be all about talking Valentine's Day. Right?
Oh, I hear there's an event that the Good Vibes Community Association is running over at the Queso Station. It's
On the 10th or 11th of February, and it's a red light, green light, yellow light dance, right?
Exactly.
Not certain at my age what that means. Right?
Well, I heard it was like stop, or like yellow is kind of like
Yeah, I'm here just to dance is red. Don't come near me.
Don't come near me.
Yellow
Yeah.
is okay. Maybe I'd like to dance with somebody I don't know. Right?
Yeah.
And green is probably somebody you brought with you, and it's a real okay.
Or green, I heard single and ready to mingle.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
what
I
I
know,
think
it's
that
like-
one means.
The
Yeah.
younger generation knows the term.
Right. Right.
And then red, I believe, is you're in a relationship, but you're there to have fun.
Right.
So you
I wanted to
know,
go to a dance.
yeah, you're not trying to be picked. Yellow is maybe you're not sure. I heard.
Right.
You know,
Well,
you
or I
go-
brought somebody, but I could ditch
I
the
think-
mirror if you were better.
Yeah.
I think I heard it was complicated. Yeah,
Yeah, it was complicated.
It's like
So one of those
maybe
upside down pineapple situations.
Yeah. And I get a ride home with you because I ditched
Right.
the guy came.
Yeah,
I think yellow means drama, so maybe beware of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
are you
yeah.
supposed to wear these colors? No,
I believe so. Yes, actually.
Really?
I think that was
Oh.
what they said. Yeah. That's,
Okay, well, I'm not real good in red. So what does blue mean? You're really old and just came to the wrong place. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
that's funny.
What else have we
Yeah.
got? Winter market, of course. Horton Market on Saturday,
Yes.
10 to 2. I made it out last week and took a really nice selfie of myself in front of Grayden's mural.
Wacky Wendell's is going to be back there this weekend.
Oh, really?
So
And get butter tarts this weekend. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I turned my head because I was excited about butter tarts.
That's so good.
I got a lot of shopping done. It got me in such a shopping mood. I left the market, went to Briarwood for more stuff.
Oh, so
yeah.
good.
Right.
Um,
What else we got
we
going
got
on
the
this
Ukes of
weekend?
Hazard on Thursday, February the 2nd at the library.
Dukes of Hazard.
Ukes, the Ukes,
Oh,
the
the
ukulele.
Ukes. Oh, yes. Tara and Gary and Jim.
It's so good.
All my counselors are on the
Basically.
Dukes of Hazard. Yeah. I've told them not to bring their ukuleles to council. It won't work.
They should though. So if you're
I
watching
don't know.
this,
What do you like better, ukuleles or bagpipes?
I like bagpipes.
I'm kind of Scottish, so I like the
I'm
bagpipes.
Scottish. I
too.
like the, but I love the ukuleles. I love the energy they bring to.
Yeah. I'm okay.
But you
So
know,
that's happening.
Um,
And you and I are up in Wyerton
next
on,
week.
on February 2nd for Groundhog Day. We
Yeah.
think we'll do Mayor's Update on the 1st
Mhm.
from up in Oliphant, or,
Yeah.
or my place is. But get up about 4 in the morning and head over and see if the groundhog sees his shadow.
we might tape that one instead of doing it live.
Oh, no, we might get it done early. Yeah. No, you can see it. Yeah.
I don't know how many people are going to be up at 4 to watch us. So you know,
I understand. Look, I've had a place up there for 20 years and I've never gone to the groundhog ceremony. But I've
Wow.
seen it on TV and stuff, and it's quite a crowd that gets out, and they really fancy up into these purple tuxes, and so that the groundhog can see its shadow or tell us whether spring's coming or not.
I can't believe it's almost that time already.
Oh no!
to be honest,
Did we ever get through winter?
It's just
Without
flying
too
by,
much?
boys.
Yeah, I'll take it.
We've got the 911 First Responders Gala. It's hosted by the St. Thomas Police Association at the Queso Railway Station. That's February 3rd from 8 p.m. to 1
Excellent.
a.m. So that's going late.
Yeah.
Black tie event.
I wanted to say congratulations to Jim and June Harris,
Mhm.
two great local people who are good friends, and it's their anniversary. So I got
Congratulations.
that done on here too.
Love
When
it.
you're the host, you get to do whatever the heck
Say whatever you want. I gotta check our time, see how we're doing here.
Yeah.
We got, we're doing good. We got about, we're 18, 19 minutes, so we got another like 11 to go.
Joe, if I may, can you take a quick look in the mirror? How are we doing so far with the haircut?
This side looks good.
We're looking good so far? Well, we'll take a better look
I'm
at
going to
that.
trust you. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, I appreciate that.
Snow angels.
Oh, yes.
We just had snow this week, and tell you, we've still got a couple people who haven't had their driveway or sidewalk shoveled because they haven't been able to get a
Yep.
snow angel yet. Please call Melissa in the mayor's office if you are willing to be a snow angel. We have a number of snow angels who've taken on 4 or 5 people who need help. So please, snow angels. Civic awards is another thing. We love to recognize people in St. Thomas who have done a great job or done, hey, and you don't have to have saved a kid from a, sinking boat or something, right? No, this is just somebody who's done great things in our community, helping people out, helping feed, helping with some of the homeless, anything in your community, whether it's Boy Scouts or volleyball or right. Let's get your awards in, right? Snowplows. I better say thank you to our snowplow guys.
Phenomenal job.
Wow.
The streets they're easy to drive, no slipping. They've got it all cleaned up.
Snow
so fast.
stopped about midnight last night, and
Mhm.
for us to be this far along already. I can't find a sidewalk that isn't done, but there are some smaller subdivisions I didn't go to. Trust me, the mayor drives around to see where am I going to get notes from, and I only got one this morning, but it was early this morning, and it was like, is this good enough for you? Well, okay, yeah. No, it's not, but the snow stopped at midnight, and we plowed all day yesterday.
Yep.
It wasn't like the snow plows were off the road, so congratulations to the snow plow people. And please, use our customer service line if you're something specific. We had, I don't know, some with a really big ball of snow stuck in the driveway, and thank you for calling us. We got somebody out there right away to break it up for you. So perfect. I read something on my just as I was heading here today too. Is Hey Ho Homes has come up with a neat new program on new home purchases.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Well, some that the lowering the price for people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a choice of a free Ford Escape or 2.99% interest.
So they can actually get cars, because I hear dealerships have to wait like 3 months to get a car.
Yeah.
So if you want a car, you buy a home first?
I guess.
Okay.
And we put it in the garage, and it's there when you move in. I guess. Anyway, that's all I saw about Hey Ho Homes, and I don't know if anybody else is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, but we've been really trying to entice some of our home builders to get into the market of how do you entice people to purchase homes.
Mm-hmm.
As we're growing, somebody coming from another community getting that kind of deal on a new home, way to go, Willett, Hey Ho Homes.
Absolutely. Now, the Home Builders show is coming up, and I was talking to Angela,
Yes.
and they want to make it the biggest home show in Ontario. So they're looking
So is that a really big home, or is the show big?
Everyone lives there. No, they want vendors. They want more vendors.
Right,
so
great,
if you have products for anybody in a home, this is the number
Or
one
a service
place to go.
that you sell,
Yep.
or I spent a lot of time at home shows over the course of my life, and there's some great things. When you're looking to redo that bathroom, it's a great place to go look at vanities and other things. When you're buying a new home or building a deck, there's always my mother-in-law bought a shed 2 years ago at the home show, right? And they didn't deliver it until the snow was gone. Like an already made shed, so that was great.
Yeah.
But think of it. Above all that, I try to work the St.Thomas booth the whole weekend. Because what a great place to come in and meet new people to St. Thomas and answer their questions like we do on Mayor's Update, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where we talk about, well, no, that's not what we're doing. We're extending trails this year, or we're adding parks or pools or whatever it might be.
Yep.
We'll continue to be at the home show as council and the mayor to talk about what's going on in our community. But if you're a vendor, get in now, right?
Yep.
And some share booths.
If you're a downtown development board member, so if you're part of the BIA, like the Angry Bear Barbershop this year, you can pop on over to the downtown development board booth. If you sign up, you get an hour slot,
right?
And you can
to demonstrate what you do, or to talk about what you do, right?
Yeah. So you're like, I don't know.
Well, I'm hoping Ruby Blues is there with samples.
I know, eh?
Right.
They're just next door, and they're amazing.
No, I know. How do you guys live here with cakes like that next door?
Have you been putting on some pounds lately?
Well, I'll tell you, some of us here definitely love Ruby Blues, especially our Mopar barber, Cody Donnelly at the front there. He goes, he's a daily visitor there, I think.
Hey, what's new this week?
He really loves the brownies and the large cinnamon buns.
Yeah. Okay, I like the banoffee pie. I find that's a really
great
too.
They're just sweethearts and great neighbors to have.
There is nothing bad in that store, except I'm not supposed to have it.
Well, I when they first moved out, I went a whole bunch, and then I was like, I gotta cut back. And I was talking to Sam, she's the owner. She's like, you're not in anymore. It's like, Sam, I can't afford to be in because I'm just
spending more time at CrossFit than I am at Ruby Blues, and I'm still not winning.
It's it's a painful experience. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
We also got to talk about the police services board. You were saying.
Oh yeah, I had police services board yesterday morning after rushing back from Toronto to get there for an 8:00 meeting.
Yeah.
But this was the first meeting chaired by our new chief, still acting chief Mark Roscap and deputy chief Scott.
Yeah.
But it was a neat new feel to move forward. Boy, we've got an incredible police service.
Yes,
here,
we do.
And proud of what we've been able to do. Met 2 new cadets yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Are we hiring 16-year-olds? I feel old when I see our new cadets. And they'll be off to police college in Elmer very shortly, and then
very good.
Back and on the street. So we keep upping the number of people, and certainly part of the emphasis and part of the conversation we continued to have yesterday was how to keep the special officers contingent up on Talbot Street
Mhm.
and to put more people on the beat on Talbot Street. We know where we need to be in town and what needs to happen. So, we talked a lot about petty crime and how can we, we're now starting to get people arrested on some crimes in our community that are just face to face to our police officers now saying, I'm going to be out before you're done the paperwork. So give me what you got. Right? Well, we got to get that fixed.
And it sounds like you're tying that in with your meetings at Roma
Agree.
over this past week.
Agree.
Was it the Attorney General? Is that right?
The Attorney General,
Yeah.
Doug Downey, yes, we this week. So we're all trying to push for. Look, the pendulum has swung to the softness on crime, and it needs to move back to the middle from where it was.
Yeah.
Look, and I'm not talking about that we can lock up all of our solutions. We need to lock up those that want to prove to us they're career criminals.
Mhm.
That's easy.
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right.
How we doing?
We're doing really well. We've
Oh,
got
great.
just under 4 minutes left on our time slot here.
Any questions from our outside? Or
We've
hi,
got-
everybody, because I'm too
Yes.
far from the TV today. So
We've got
I
some
can't.
questions coming in, so I just got to check on what they are here.
I see also, just so you know, the Arts and Music Festival are asking for volunteers this week. All of the groups that had a real trouble putting together volunteer last year for their festivals are going to ask you to all become involved earlier. At least put your name in there so that we can hold 4 or 5 great festivals either downtown or at Pinafore Park. Our city can only work. You know, I've said it a lot. Mom used to say, volunteering is the price you pay for living someplace, and so we need your help on certainly on some of the fun events in our community too.
Absolutely. I was there last year and it was packed.
Yeah,
Amazing
me too.
car show.
Oh.
Just a beautiful weekend. They did a phenomenal
It
job.
was really hot.
Yeah.
I remember it
Very.
being so hot, and I walked up and they said, "Hey, Joe, would you help judge the car show?" And I thought to myself, "What a fun thing!" Till I started wandering around the park in 98-degree weather and went, "Okay, where's the shade?" So whatever car was under shade scored way better than those that are out.
Mhm.
So, gave away my
mark that on
judging
your
secrets.
on your list. So we got a question. Is this 574 Talbot Street?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So Sue Margette said this is her old store.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So thanks for watching, Sue. And
Yeah,
thanks,
you did
Sue.
a great job in here, Sue.
Yeah. I was walking in the Real Canadian Superstore, and Sue came out and introduced herself to me.
Well,
I
because
was
we
like,
see you're on as a commentator
on
on
the Mayor's Update.
Mayor's Update.
I love it.
But we don't know some of these people, right?
No, so, and I was like, Sue, she's Sue Margette. So I was like, oh, hey, it's so great to meet you. So
Hi, Sue.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. Mark McKnight's commenting on the
Hey, I need the
bagpipes.
comments from the folks at home about my haircut because I can't turn and look in the mirror.
Yep, Jeff Ray say, looking good, Joe. Great
All
job,
right,
Scotty.
Thanks,
All right.
guys. Yeah, you're looking good.
Good?
Yep.
Excellent.
Beth Douglas, what happens if we have funds in snow removal budget remaining after winter?
There's no, look, we pay people and we buy trucks. So most of our budget is that.
Right.
We employ an amount of overtime drivers and such that we won't maybe need to this year or haven't this year.
Mhm.
That washes from year to year and will just stay to help the following year or to help us hire more snowplow drivers or trucks for the next year.
Very good. All right, we're coming to the end of our time here. Any
Well,
last thoughts? Any final thoughts?
When I'm this age, would you please not say we're coming to the end of our time?
Well, Joe and Grayden, I just want to thank you guys for coming down to Angry Bear Barbershop
Right.
today.
Well, get yourself down to Angry Bear. Look what they're able
Yeah.
to make out of ugly people. This really works out well.
Yeah, you're looking good. We're just going to do the final touches. We're going to get the old straight razor on the back of the neck here soon.
Keep
right
this
on.
one. No.
The color looks good on you, Joe.
Thank you, Angry
Thank you
Bear,
so
for
much
having
again.
us
Thanks,
down.
Grayden. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Well, thanks to all the viewers. Thanks to our sponsors. We'll catch you next week. Tune in Wednesday.
Next
Wednesday.
week, Wednesday, but we don't know when.
Probably
when
won't
we
be
get
live.
to all of it, we'll try and do it live, but we'll see.
Bye.
You know what the internet's like and all of it.
Yeah.